Hello there, you're now listening to an episode of Reflect with Bookie Pod. Hi, my name is Oluwabukola and here we talk about Christianity, life experiences and your healing journey. Come to episode 7. Thank you for the love on the previous episodes, and I know some of you are a bit confused on why the name changed. Bookie, why did you change the name? Change of name was a strategic rebrand, and it's not like the previous name wasn't serving its purpose. It definitely is still serving its purpose even up until now, and I wanted a name that truly represents the heart of the podcast, faith, healing, growth, and real life reflections. So this season required a name that speaks to purpose, not just about the content. And also, I said a strategic rebrand in the sense that my listeners can easily check for my podcast. When someone checks on, reflect or reflections or something, my name can easily pop up, and it's just to help people see me. Visibility, that's exactly how I'm just going to put it. And also, I had an heartfelt conversation with the Holy Spirit, and he just put this in my mind, and Bookie, go with this, and we have to obey the Father's work, because that is exactly why I'm here. You still accused me of mentioning oh my god, in the previous episode, and the thing is, as I keep growing, the lesser you hear about this oh my god and repetition. Like I said in the previous episode, sometimes I get nervous, I get tensed when I'm trying to record episode for my listeners. I'm trying my best not to make mistakes, so at times I draft out what I want to say, and it's the best option, I'm not gonna lie. And so we're going to keep moving forward. Accept my apology, and I love you so much. Okay, how was your week? How has everything been? How are exams going? And how is work? How is business? How is family? What did you go through this week? What do you want to talk about? What is on your chest that is weighing heavy? Leave it in my comment section. Okay, I'm going to reply your comment, and we're definitely going to be discussing. I'm going to be discussing something that sounds simple but is actually very confronting, and that is loving yourself before any man. You must have actually heard an episode on this on our podcast, but that was when it was still a duo podcast, but now it's actually now a me podcast. Okay, picture this, right? You are 22, you just got out of university, right? And you constantly find yourself scrolling through this guy's DMs around 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. He doesn't reply your messages, or probably texts you by night time, midnight, and you think about it and you're like, oh my god, you feel so down sometimes, when he doesn't reply, when he doesn't text. So you're moody, you always lash out on everyone, and you constantly feel like you need this validation from this guy, right? And you feel, maybe you question yourself a lot, you have a lot of doubt about your self-worth. You're like, oh, I don't feel like I'm pretty, or maybe someone made you feel or think so low of yourself, and you feel like you constantly need validation from guys. Pressure from friends that are in relationship, your close friends or your siblings. Or what if you probably have that fear of being alone? I know there's so many of us that think like this. I'm not gonna lie, I was actually in this particular phase. I've been through this phase that I just described. I've been through it. So let's think about it. Let's reflect. Okay, I'm going to read this common Bible verse. It's a very popular Bible verse that we all know. So it's John 3:16, NLT version. It says, "For this is how God loved the world. He gave his one and only son, so that everyone who believes in him will not die but have eternal life." If we're to look at this Bible verse here, it's basically describing the amount of love God has for us. Do you know God loved us so much that he sent his only son? Because tell me, who in this age and stage will literally that will sacrifice their own child? Because nobody can even do it. Let me not lie, no one can do it. Because someone asked the question and they were like, the sacrifices that some prophets of God made during their life, then they were like, how many of us now, even current pastors, how many of them can actually make some of these sacrifices? People were honest, and being honest does not make you a coward or anything. Another Bible verse is Romans 5:8. It says, "But God showed his great love for us by sending Christ to die for us while we were still sinners." Sweetheart, this is an affirmation for you to know that God loves you, God cares, and God sees you. Okay? God cares, God sees you. Do not need validation from any man or anyone around you to make decisions or to be yourself. Darling, wake up. Loving yourself isn't just about daily affirmations. It's not about candles, not about soft music or saying your worth online or offline. Loving yourself is showing up in the choices you make when no one is watching, especially in how you like love and who you allow access to you. A lot of us, we women, we don't struggle with loving deeply. We actually struggle with loving ourselves first. And today I want to talk about the quiet things that we women we do that slowly puts ourselves, like we always put ourselves last without even realizing it. My God, guys, the thing is, it's not easy. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I have been in this situation. And the first thing is, one of the biggest signs that I realized about myself was that I was always over explaining my boundaries. And over explaining my boundaries is like, when I say no and I feel like the need to like add a full presentation or like explain further, and all of those things, like my no, like I should have realized that, my no is my no, my yes is my yes. You should not be afraid of disappointing someone, because I learned something recently. So there is this like friend of mine, I asked her a question, right? And I was like, oh, this and that. And she replied me, she was like, no. And she just said it there like that. And something within me actually, like, I felt like something within me just sank. I felt really sad. And I was like, you don't overrate someone that does not rate you or does not even have regards for you. My dear, there's something called putting yourself first. Please do not overrate people. You see, when it comes to friendship, we have to discern and we have to be wise, because not everyone you call your friend is your friend. There are some people that, yes, they actually care about you. And there are some people that, maybe because of what you have to offer them, that is exactly why they are still sticking around you. But left to care and any other thing, they actually do not even rate you. They don't care. They don't at all. A woman who loves herself understands that, clarity is enough. If someone needs you to suffer before they respect your boundary, they don't respect you. If any man feels like, this and this, so let me tell you, hey, women, my friend said something. She said, women, we are always on the receiving end. And I thought about this statement that she said, and I actually agree with her. Yes, women, we are always on the receiving end. And I'm really praying for my gender, and I pray that God, we see ourselves the way God actually loves us. So another thing I also want to discuss, accepting inconsistency because of potential. Okay, we fall in love with who it could be while we ignore who is choosing to be right now. The thing is, we have this image or we have this imagination that, oh, I want this my person or whoever I fall in love with, or the next guy to be like this. I want him to do this. Another thing we need to know is that self-love chooses reality over imagination. Yes. The thing is, we have to dead that thought, that imagination in our heads. Like, we have to let them go. Stop self-love. It does not romanticize confusion or call bare minimum growth. No. Potential without effort is just a story we tell ourselves to stay. And it's facts. We need to start thinking. We need to start we need to leave that imagination. It's not easy. Yes, everybody has this thought of how they want their future husband to be. I'm not saying that your thought is not valid. It's very much actually valid, and that is why we discuss those thoughts with God. I saw this post about a lady. She posted something on Instagram. She said that God also works with our choices when we are picking our spouses who want to be with our husband. And it's actually true. You tell God, this is exactly what I want. Instead of just having this vivid imagination. And the thing is, most women, why they are still staying is because of this imagination they have in their heads. Sometimes they're not even present at times in the relationship. They keep romanticizing it, and that is how they are living it. I don't know if you guys can understand what I am saying, but I really hope you do. Okay, so now let's talk about abandoning your routine for a man. Oh my god this one, I'm on this table. Here, you stop praying like you used to, you stop resting, you stop showing up for your goals, your whole life begins to bend around this availability. This one is a very strong one, no, and I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, there was this guy I actually dated. That was back when I was in uni, and he was not really into this churchy kind of a preachy kind of a thing. And I just felt like, since he's this type of guy, let me actually match his energy. But my dear sisters, when I tried to match his energy, I noticed that I could not handle it. And funny thing is, I actually got cheated on. This idiot. Sorry for that. Oh my god, like I hope I blow this out. But this guy cheated on me, like he did, and it was not. I cried. I don't want to dive further into that. And the thing is, slowly, without noticing, you begin to disappear. And love that requires you to neglect yourself is not love. It is attachment. Yes, attachment. You just want to be around this person because of the pressure around. Another quiet one is staying where respect is inconsistent. Oh my gosh. This is a story I will tell later on. Like, but now, no, I'm not going to dive into it now. But my sisters, I am also on this table. The thing is, we need to reflect. This episode is for us to think about it. Like, think about your life, think about your relationship, think about even your current relationship. Assess yourself. Staying where respect is innocent, my dear sisters. Where respect is inconsistent, I mean, my dear sisters. One day you are cherished, the next day you are being ignored. Like I started with that, you're always waiting for this guy to text you back. One of my friends was teaching me about her experience about one guy that, oh my god, the guy is so handsome, he's so caring, but sometimes he will not reply her messages. He'll reply like 2 days after, and blah 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 blah. And I'm really glad that she herself even noticed that, this is not what I want for myself, because I cannot imagine being with a guy that will not reply my message. That's how. Where you keep adjusting your expectations just to avoid being labeled too much. I put the air quote there. I did the hand. But the thing is, self-love doesn't beg for consistency. That's just the truth, sisters. It chooses environments where respect is stable. You shouldn't have to earn what should be a basic thing. It should be a constant thing. And many women also tie their worth to attention. That was where I started from. You don't need validation. You do not need attention from someone who himself that is not even aligning with his goals. He does not even know what he wants. And we are always giving this, like, the more you keep craving attention, the more you keep giving them wings, the more you keep giving them access to walk over you and disrespect you. And the thing is, my dear sisters, like, we have to wake up. If he texts, okay, you are okay. If he doesn't even know your mood crashes, that's not love. That's emotional, like, dependency. A woman who loves herself is full before anyone arrives. A man compliments her life, like, he doesn't control her emotional temperature. He does not need to control this is where your mood is, this is how you feel this day. No, my sisters, no. Another thing, oh my god, this one is a must discussed. Like, we need to talk about this one. We need to address this one. This one is ignoring your intuition. Oh my god, my mom says something. She says a woman's intuition is never wrong. There's this inner voice that tells you when something is right or wrong, and it tells you when something isn't right. But the thing is, we always silence it because we don't want to, start over, the fear of being alone. And I said in my last episode, I heard this quote from this movie, Girls Trip. She said, people stay in toxic relationships because of the fear of being alone. And the thing is, being alone at times is actually to a great advantage, if I'm going to be honest with you. There are times that being alone, you tend to re-strategize, you tend to think, you tend to set your goals, you tend to, like, you will receive this inner peace that, oh my god, you'll be like, you just think about the person and you just like, Kinimo, what did be like, how did I get here? How did I get here? Why did I not love myself so much? And self-love listens the first time. If he does not need 5 betrayals to believe the truth, God didn't give you discernment to ignore it. There's sometimes that God speaks to us and we just deliberately choose to ignore it. I've been on this table before where God told me, even through dreams, vision, and he spoke to me clearly. He was like, Buki, this is not the man for you. Like, this is not your main priority now. And I just ignored. I was like, maybe it's the devil talking, because the guy, he matches all criteria of God. He's a praying man. He speaks in tongues. He does this. He's so nice. He's giving his tall, his buff, his this, his that. Oh my God. When I ignored God, at the end of the day, my dear, I cried hot tears. Nobody would tell you. Once the thing is, God, the voice of God is very patient, quiet, and is also like nurturing. He will speak it once. It's not the one that he will speak. No, do this. No, no. He doesn't repeat it. He will just say it quietly. He will just put it there. You are the one that would will identify and be like, oh, sit down, God. The thing is, when we think we've made the best decision, God is like, no. And I understand that it's very painful. I'm not going to lie. That's someone who still constantly struggles when God says, not your time. No, it is painful because you thought, God, I thought this was the last bus stop. Oh, but my dear, God will tell you when to go. It will tell you when the time is right. The thing is, don't rush God. God knows why, and God knows, this is exactly. And I've noticed that whenever I choose to ignore and I choose to still go for a thing God has warned me not to, at the end of the day, I will not see the reasons why. Oh God, this is exactly why you did not, and the repercussions are very, very painful. At still the end of the day, is still God will still meet to help us with our hearts, to heal us from oh my God, you guys, God is truly an amazing God. God is really patient with a lot of us. Oh no, God is. Another big one is shrinking yourself to be chosen. This is when you lower your standards. You're always laughing things off that hurt you. You can just put in one stupid dumb statement that is very diminishing to women, and you just like, you didn't mean it like that. He was just saying, my dear, don't be giving excuses for this Mr. Man. Becoming quieter so someone else feels comfortable. No, but the right love never requires you to become smaller. You don't need to dim your lights to keep someone from leaving. Another thing is, we also confuse patience with endurance. A lot. We say we are being patient, but we're actually tolerating behavior that drains us. Like, let us tell ourselves this. Patience has direction. Know this today. Endurance without change is self-abandonment. Waiting is only holy when growth is happening. Yes. I already said this. I've been saying this, I've been repeating this in this episode a lot. Don't confuse patience with endurance. No, sister. Once you notice that behavior, once you notice that thing that he constantly keeps doing, and you know that you get hurt, whenever he does it, you are always in this angry mode. You find yourself hating this person, but you're like, no, it's just a process of us knowing each other. We are going to, no, there's some toxic, narcissistic men that will put you in this position whereby you constantly always ask yourself, oh my God, am I not useless? Like, why am I here on earth? Let me tell you, my dear, when you see that character, they do things to you, but when you do it back to them, they will not want to take it. Run, my sister. Pick your 2 slippers and begin to run. Choosing attachment over alignment. This is when you know what you want, you know your values, you know what you believe in, but because you're connected emotionally, you compromise everything else. Self-love chooses peace over familiarity. It chooses alignment, like over any type of chemistry, any type of thing that you all are like having. Please, no. Don't choose attachment over alignment. If you know what you want, you know your values, what you want in a man, what you've been telling God, how you journal it. Okay, God, this is how I want it to happen. Don't be attached to someone that you know will be a prayer point at the end of the day, or will be an headache to you. Okay, just stay away from it. I know it is not easy. From this constant pressure, these trends of people hyping fake relationship and toxic relationships online nowadays, my dear, just know what you want for yourself. Don't be because of every one of your friends are dating, some of them are even married, you are the only one single. Like, are you going to end it? No, my dear. Why God made you wait? We don't understand it as at now, but at the end of the day, you will see the light and you will get why God actually made you wait. Your friend's timing is not your own timing. Your friend's timing might have happened, but your own will even be way sweeter. So you do not know what God has in store for you. So don't compare yourself to someone else. And finally, where I am going to stop is, women, we always pour from an empty cup. You're a giving woman. You support, you understand, you stay. But you're exhausted. You're feeling unfulfilled. You're emotionally drained. The thing is, you cannot love well when you are empty. And you shouldn't have to lose yourself because you want to love someone or you want to keep someone else. No. This point actually still, goes both ways for both men and women. So before some people come here and say, hey, Buki, you are doing for the girls. no, I beg you, please. All of these points, it goes both ways and it goes to everyone. So I want to add some things. I want to say some things, and I hope you guys learn from this. The thing is, a man should add to your life, not become the reason you abandon yourself. Yeah. A man should add your values. What do you want to do? What do you want to be? You may be self-made, yes, but a man should, there are some principles, there's some values, there's some key things that a man should also add to you. The man should not be the reason you abandon yourself. You stop caring for yourself physically, spiritually, you are drained. No. Loving yourself first doesn't make you selfish. It makes you very healthy. Yes. Write that down and say it anywhere. It teaches you to choose what chooses you, to stay where you are safe, seen and respected, to walk away when your soul is shrinking. And if loving yourself costs you someone, they were never meant to stay. Let me tell you this. They were never meant to stay. Mark my words. Because the right love will never compete with your self-respect. It will honor it. Okay? So now, take a breath. Check in with yourself and ask, where have I been putting myself second? Where have I lost it? And that awareness alone is the beginning of self-love, my sister. And I hope with this few points of mine, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did recording this episode. This episode was one for the books and one that I have been planning, and I took my time, prayed, and also got the inspiration also from this. And I really hope from listening to this, I hope we actually start loving ourselves more. And if you have any further questions, you have some experiences you went through and you're looking for someone to talk to, I'm that sister you can talk to, I'm that friend you can talk to, send me a DM on Reflect with Bookie Pod on Instagram, or comment under this post. I'm going to put the link to the Instagram in the description box below, and if you need anyone to pray for you, I am here for you. But today, please put yourself first. Love yourself, love God, and read your Bible. You cannot say you will love yourself without loving God. Yeah, you got to love God and you got to study the word. The thing is, when you study the word and you see God's promises and his love, his proclamations for us, you begin to grow in light. That is just the honest truth. And we've come to the end of this episode. I cannot wait to speak to you guys in my next episode. Love every one of you, and bye for now.